It was one of the steamiest, most talked about scenes in Outlander. But behind the cameras, Caitriona Balfe had some serious issues with that intimate moment with Sam Heughan. Was there tension between the stars? Creative clash? Here's what really happened behind the scandalous scene that shook fans and the set. Outlander has long captivated audiences with its bold storytelling, historical sweep, and emotionally intense performances. But few moments in the series have resonated as deeply as the love scene between Claire Fraser and Jamie Fraser, following Jamie's traumatic rape and torture at the hands of Captain Jack Randall. Now, Caitriona Balfe is speaking out with passionate views about the importance and integrity of that powerful scene, and why she believed it needed to be portrayed in a certain way. The scene, which aired in Season 2, was much more than just a steamy reunion. It was a narrative linchpin, a healing moment for two characters who had been shattered by violence and time. Set against the opulent backdrop of Paris, the love scene unfolded as Claire and Jamie attempted to find their way back to each other, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. The scene came at a critical point in the story. Season 1 had ended with one of the darkest and most harrowing episodes in Outlander history: Jamie's brutal rape by Jack Randall inside Wentworth Prison. The depiction of male sexual assault was deeply controversial and emotionally wrenching for viewers, but it also served a purpose: to highlight the deep scars trauma leaves behind. In Season 2, as Claire and Jamie tried to resume a semblance of normalcy in Paris, the question loomed large. Could they ever truly reconnect after everything they had endured? The answer came in the form of a tender, emotionally loaded love scene. The moment was raw, intimate, and hauntingly beautiful. But according to executive producer Ronald D. Moore and writer Tony Graffia, bringing that scene to life took a lot of intention, sensitivity, and courage. During an episode of the official Outlander podcast, Moore and Graffia gave fans a rare glimpse into how the pivotal love scene was developed. They explained that they wanted the reunion to feel organic, not forced. This was not about jumping back into bed. It was about rediscovering their bond after immense suffering. Graffia shared the thought behind it being that it's dark, and that instead of all that talking, and instead of all the analyzing, let's just break it down. You and me in the dark, and we have what we have, and we'll never lose that. She added that one of her favorite lines was Claire's poignant plea: "Come find me in the dark." That single sentence captured the emotional weight of the moment, the longing, the vulnerability, and the hope that love could still be found in the darkness. But beyond the emotional complexity, there was another factor at play. Claire was pregnant. Rather than avoiding or minimizing this detail, Caitriona Balfe insisted that the pregnancy be shown as a beautiful and natural part of the scene. Many television shows tend to hide or downplay a woman's pregnant body during love scenes, treating it as something taboo or unsexy. But Balfe wanted to challenge that trope head-on. In the podcast, Graffia revealed Balfe's strong feelings on the subject. Kate felt very strongly that pregnant women are sexy, and we didn't want to hide her belly in the sex scene or anything like that, like a lot of network shows do. She continued, "We wanted to celebrate that and show that it's part of their love." That decision, though seemingly small, carried enormous weight. It was a bold affirmation of female sexuality, agency, and the beauty of a body in transformation. It also grounded the scene in reality. This was a woman who had gone through so much and was now carrying a child, yet her identity as a lover and partner remained intact. The love scene was not always planned for that specific moment in the story. According to Moore, it shifted several times during the development of the season. Yeah, it kept moving around in the overall structure about when their intimacy would resume, Moore explained. It took a while before it landed here, and I'm glad it did. It feels organic to where the story is. That sense of timing was crucial. If the scene had been rushed, it would have undermined the depth of Jamie's trauma and Claire's emotional struggle. Instead, the writers chose to wait until both characters were ready, until they could meet again not just in body, but in spirit. When the scene finally aired, fans around the world reacted with a mixture of relief, admiration, and emotion. Social media lit up with praise for the way the show handled such a sensitive topic. One fan tweeted, "That scene broke me in the best way. It was tender, real, and full of love. Sam and Caitriona were perfection." Another posted on Reddit, "Outlander doesn't shy away from the hard stuff, and this scene was a perfect example. It wasn't about sex, it was about healing, trust, and reconnection." The fan base has long appreciated Outlander for its willingness to go where few shows dare. From depictions of PTSD to complex portrayals of motherhood, war, and sexuality, the show has built a reputation for fearlessly telling women's stories, and Caitriona Balfe has been at the forefront of that mission. Claire as a sexual being, even while pregnant, is part of a larger conversation about representation on television. For decades, pregnant characters were often sidelined, desexualized, or reduced to plot devices. Rarely were they shown as whole, multidimensional individuals capable of desire and romance. By taking a stand, Balfe didn't just shape a single scene, she helped shift the cultural narrative. She reminded viewers that pregnancy is not a pause button on womanhood or love. It's a continuation of both. It's impossible to discuss this scene without acknowledging the incredible chemistry between Sam Heughan and Caitriona Balfe. Their ability to convey deep emotion, mutual trust, and raw vulnerability has made Jamie and Claire one of the most beloved couples in television history. In interviews, both actors have spoken about the challenges of filming intimate scenes, especially when emotional trauma is involved. But they've also emphasized how their strong professional relationship makes it possible to tackle these moments with authenticity. Balfe has said in the past, "We trust each other. That's the most important thing when you're doing scenes like this. It's about telling the truth of the story, not about titillation." Now, years after it first aired, this pivotal love scene is still referenced by fans, critics, and scholars alike. It's been cited in academic discussions about consent, trauma recovery, and the portrayal of pregnancy on television. It has also become a fan favorite, one that's regularly rewatched, analyzed, and celebrated. But perhaps its greatest legacy lies in its quiet power. It reminded audiences that love is not always pretty or easy. Sometimes, it's about reaching through the pain, the shame, and the fear to find the person you once loved, and discovering they're still there. What's next for Claire and Jamie? As Outlander enters its final chapter with Season 8, fans are wondering what lies ahead for Claire and Jamie. Will their bond remain unbreakable as new challenges arise? Will the show continue to explore the complexity of their relationship with the same nuance and care? If the past is any indication, the answer is yes. And if Caitriona Balfe has anything to say about it, fans can expect more bold storytelling, more honest portrayals of love, and more moments that challenge the status quo. Caitriona Balfe, the talented Irish actress celebrated for her powerful portrayal of Claire Fraser in the critically acclaimed series Outlander, is now poised to make waves on the big screen. Balfe stars in the upcoming high-stakes spy thriller The Amateur, a film that pairs her with an impressive ensemble cast including Oscar winner Rami Malek, Emmy-winning actress Rachel Brosnahan, and the legendary Lawrence Fishburne. While Balfe has earned global recognition for her layered, emotionally rich work on Outlander, her new role in The Amateur promises to reveal a different dimension of her talent. The film's storyline centers on a grieving CIA cryptographer, Charlie Heller, who is propelled into a dark web of espionage and revenge following his wife's death in a London terrorist attack. Balfe portrays the enigmatic Inquiline, a reclusive widow and skilled hacker who allies with Heller in his quest for justice. Inquiline is a complex character with her own shadows and motivations, marking a bold shift for Balfe as she steps out of the 18th century world of Claire Fraser and into the gritty modern intrigue of international espionage. Speaking to Numero.com, as reported by the Scottish Daily Express, Balfe explained what drew her to this darker, layered role. "I'm simply interested in portraying real women, women with agency. So if that's seen as a feminist approach, then yes, it is. I think it's important that each character I play feels real, three-dimensional, and like there's something compelling about her," Balfe shared. This emphasis on authenticity and depth echoes throughout her body of work, and is a key reason why she's built such a dedicated fan base. With The Amateur, Balfe continues her mission of giving voice to strong, multifaceted female characters. Beyond the intrigue of the script, the film also holds personal resonance for Balfe. Her late father, James "Jim" Balfe, was a retired Garda sergeant who passed away in August 2022. He was a devoted fan of spy films, and this family connection added an emotional weight to her decision to take on the role. "My dad was a huge fan of spy movies," Balfe recalled. "Growing up, if the only TV in the house was on, and you wanted to watch something, you had to watch what he was watching." This shared experience forged a deep connection between Balfe and the genre. "So yes, I've always enjoyed the genre. Over the years, there have been so many variations on spy films that there's always something interesting to discover," she added. In The Amateur, Balfe's Inquiline is far from a traditional spy movie love interest or damsel in distress. She's a reclusive, brilliant hacker living in Istanbul, who helps Heller untangle the threads of the conspiracy that took his wife's life. Her character is the key to unlocking the secrets behind the devastating attack, and together, they form an unlikely but emotionally resonant partnership. Inquiline's solitude and unique life circumstances mirror some of the emotional weight that Claire Fraser carried in Outlander. Both characters are marked by deep personal loss, fierce independence, and the ability to navigate perilous situations with resilience and intelligence. Balfe embraced this role with relish, bringing her signature emotional depth and strength to a character who could easily have been reduced to a stereotype in lesser hands. As with Claire, Inquiline refuses to be boxed in. Caitriona Balfe's journey to becoming one of Ireland's most successful actresses has been anything but conventional. Raised in rural County Monaghan, near the UK border with Northern Ireland, she has spoken openly about the complexities of growing up as the daughter of a Garda officer. She described her upbringing as sometimes isolating. "Some families wouldn't really interact with you," she recalled. Her father, a man of many contradictions, was both a strict enforcer of the law and a natural entertainer. "He loved performing skits," Balfe shared. "I remember he even wore a wedding dress once just to make people laugh." This blend of discipline and creativity clearly left an imprint on Balfe, influencing her balance of rigor and expressiveness in her acting career. Balfe's evolution as an actress has been remarkable, from her breakout as Claire Fraser in Outlander, a role that has spanned nearly a decade, to her critically acclaimed performance in Kenneth Branagh's Belfast. Balfe has continually proven her range and dedication. Her role in The Amateur arrives as she wraps up Outlander's final season. Fans around the world have been waiting with bated breath to see how the epic time-traveling love story of Claire and Jamie Fraser will conclude. Teasing the show's farewell, Balfe recently promised a satisfying ending that honors the journey fans have taken with the characters. In recent interviews, Balfe has reflected on the importance of creating space for women in film and television who are real, flawed, and powerful. She praised the gradual shift in the industry toward more complex female roles, but also acknowledged that there's still work to be done. "I don't think everything is perfect, far from it. There's still work to be done, but I do hope the era of women existing solely to support male characters, without any depth, is behind us," Balfe stated. Her statement underlines the need for continued progress and validates the work she's doing in choosing roles like Inquiline, characters who challenge the norms and elevate the narrative. Although much of the film's plot is still under wraps, insiders have hinted at intense chemistry between Balfe and Rami Malek's characters. Their partnership is expected to form the emotional core of The Amateur. Unlike typical action films, where female characters often fade into the background, Inquiline is expected to drive much of the film's central tension and conflict. Director James Hawes, best known for his work on Slow Horses and Black Mirror, is at the helm of the film. His experience with character-driven thrillers suggests that The Amateur will be more than a traditional spy flick. It will be a gritty, emotionally intelligent exploration of loss, revenge, and redemption. As anticipation builds, fans of both Outlander and high-octane thrillers are eager to see Caitriona Balfe bring Inquiline to life. With production well underway and post-production wrapping soon, the film is expected to hit theaters in late 2025. Early buzz surrounding the performances and the film's storyline suggests that The Amateur could be a breakout moment for Balfe on the big screen, one that cements her place as one of the most versatile actresses of her generation. As Balfe continues to carve out a distinct path in Hollywood, her work in The Amateur serves as a testament to her values talent, and resilience. She remains committed to portraying real women, not just as sidekicks or love interests, but as full, complex human beings. Her career choices reflect not just a pursuit of artistic fulfillment, but a desire to reshape the industry from within. Whether she's playing a time-traveling nurse navigating 18th-century politics, or a modern-day hacker unraveling a terror plot, Balfe brings the same depth, intelligence, and emotional gravitas to every role. In doing so, she continues to inspire countless fans and fellow actors, proving that stories led by strong, capable women are not only important but essential. As Balfe herself once put it, "I just want to keep telling stories that matter. Stories that say something about the world. And if I can do that while playing women who are powerful and real, then I think I'm on the right path." With The Amateur, Caitriona Balfe is not just stepping into a new role, she's stepping into a new era of her career. And by all accounts, it's going to be extraordinary.